more leaders, not followers. That is the quote that I woke up to today in my hashtag Rise and Grind planner. Dude, you got to get you one of these things, these Rise and Grind planners. They're absolutely amazing. I'm just saying. I know it's my own product, but I'm just saying it's absolutely amazing. It's got a checklist up here for your morning five simple steps that you can do every single day. It's got a place for your gratitude. It's got a place for your daily schedule. It's got a place for notes. It's got a place for goals. And most importantly, every single day, it starts with a quote that is submitted by other Rise and Grind members, right? These are their favorite quotes. And at the top of today's, it was sent in by Justin Perrone Thompson. Justin Perrone Thompson, here's a picture of him with his beautiful family for those of you that are watching over on Facebook. And it says simply that leaders create more leaders, not followers. As soon as I read that, I thought, my goodness, there's so much truth to that particular statement, right? When I see businesses looking to scale and looking to grow, it's all about leaders creating leaders, right? When I look at family dynamics, as we're trying to pass the torch, we want to create this legacy in our lives. I think about leaders creating leaders, right? And any organization, nonprofit organizations, businesses, family dynamics. It's all about passing the torch, leaders creating leaders, building people to replace yourself is the dream. And Justin, you know, I reflected as soon as I saw your quote this morning. I reflected and I thought, is that me? Is that what I'm doing? Is Glenn Lundy a leader who is creating more leaders? Or is he a leader who's just seeking to get followers? And I believe, in my personal opinion, I believe that I'm out there doing the work to create other incredible leaders on this planet. That's what I think. I seem to be surrounded by a lot of amazing leaders. They seem to be creating next level leaders. You seem to be growing as a leader. So I think I'm doing my part. My question for you, though, is what about you? What about you? Are you doing your part to pass that torch, to create more leaders? Because it's not about being followed, man. It's not about being followed. It's about creating that next generation impact. So I'm going to let you sit on that here for just a second as we run through this little intro, and then we're going to dive into today's episode of hashtag Rise and Grind, I think. If I can get this thing to work over here. Boom, let's do it. Good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? See, there's no excuse for you not pushing yourself to the next level. In order for you to create a new you must have a new mindset. When teams come together, we can create things that are greater than the sum of all of their parts.
Good morning and welcome to hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to 8, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Good morning. How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Thursday. That's right, today is Thursday, April 29th, 2021, right? 368-314. Sorry, I'm having to do two things at one time. Today is Thursday, April 29th, which I messed this up the other day, by the way, and none of you guys told me. Nobody told me. Oh, and I think I had April 26th on the board when it was the 27th. Nobody said anything. I even made a big deal about not knowing what day it is half the time. And then later that day, like 3 hours later, somebody sent me a message that was like, Glenn, you had the wrong date on the calendar the whole time. I'm like, thanks. Thanks. Today is Thursday, April 29th, 2021. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Thursday, April 29th, 2021. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I do mean the absolute most of this absolutely incredible, incredible day. Fair enough? Fair enough? Can we do that? Listen, it's going to be warm and rainy here in Kentucky. I don't know what kind of weather you're looking at where you're at. Hopefully it's warm at very least. Maybe you've got some sunshine. Warm and rainy here, which always doesn't make for the best day outside. However, we do have the Kentucky Derby coming up this weekend, right? And the Kentucky I said Kentucky because last year during COVID, they canceled Kentucky Derby. So we did a Kentucky Derby and raced some ducks. But this year, we're going to race some horses. They've got the Kentucky Derby going on this weekend. And a little bit of rain on the track is never a bad thing for a Kentucky Derby. Oh, no, 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 no. If you can get a little bit of rain going on the track, we can get a little sloppy. We start to get a little sloppy. It's interesting what happens when it starts to get a little sloppy out there. There's a good chance that your second place, maybe even your third place horse is going to be some type of long shot. However, with that said, there's also an incredibly high chance, if the track gets sloppy, that the favorite is going to cross that finish line first. It's really interesting, right? The track gets all muddy, gets sloppy. You would think that it would kind of be anybody's ball game. But what ends up happening is the champion, the one that has done the most training, the favorite, the one that has worked his tail off the most, usually handles the adversity of the track and gets across the finish line first. It's absolutely incredible how often that happens. So the Derby is this weekend, so that could make it interesting. A little bit of rain. I don't know if you've ever been. If you've ever been to the Kentucky Derby, go ahead and drop me a comment. Let me know. I can see that over there on Facebook. Be like, yeah, dude, I've been to the Derby. I loved it. Or no, I've been to the Derby, or I haven't been to the Derby, but I would love to. Or I have no interest whatsoever in going to the Derby. That's fine. Share that however you want. And I was also curious because this weekend we also have the NFL draft going on. This weekend is the NFL draft is happening up in Cleveland, Ohio. I know some friends that are on their way to the draft this morning that are gonna be flying there a little bit later today. And that's another event, right? It's another event where these champions, absolute champions, they come together, and of course you've got the celebrity interest and so on and so forth. That's super cool when it comes to events like this. But these champions, these people that worked their tail off, these people that went through the adversity, that stuck to it no matter what, had that stuck-to-itiveness thing going on, right? Here they are. This is their chance to shine. The NFL draft is like the Kentucky Derby of the college football world, right? It's this big main event. And man, I tell you, I remember my little brother, my stepbrother was an amazing athlete out of Northern Arizona University, right? Absolutely amazing athlete out of Northern Arizona. All of the newspapers were like, this dude's going to the NFL. All of the pictures, the things that he was able to do for the high school football team, like he was just absolutely incredible. Everybody just knew that Bruce was going to the NFL. And so he had an injury one of his years in college, but recovered. He came back from his injury actually 10 times stronger, had his best season ever, right, after his injury. And so he got a sports agent and all of those things and went into the draft. And I remember sitting with my brother Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, waiting for the phone call. waiting for the phone call, and his agent would send a message when every time somebody got picked up in his position that they thought was going to be him, his agent would call and say, "Oh, don't worry, so-and-so made a move. This is why that happened. You're going to go in this round. You're going to go in this round. The so-and-so is going to call." And the time just kept ticking. And another person would get signed, and another guy getting signed, and another guy getting signed, and another guy getting signed, and kickers are getting signed, and punters are getting signed, and linebackers are getting signed, and running backs are getting signed, and quarterbacks are getting signed, and wide receivers are getting signed, and offensive linemen and defensive linemen, and special teams players, they're all getting signed. And my brother's hopes and dreams, everything that he worked for, are just slowly disappearing. It broke my heart. The phone call never came. You know, that young man worked his stinking tail off every single day in the gym. From the time he was like 8 years old, he was lifting weights in the morning, lifting weights in the evening, studying his drills, studying his plays. Like, the kid knew the sport inside and out. He did everything he was supposed to do. He did it all right. He was a great kid, stayed out of trouble, never drank, never drugged. He was awesome. But he didn't get the call. He didn't get the call. And so after he didn't get the call, after sitting with him for 4 days, 4 miserable days, it was miserable, boys and girls. After he didn't get the call, mentally, he broke. We decided a couple weeks later there was a combine over in San Diego, so we drove over to San Diego. We enrolled him for the combine. He had another chance to show his skills, and he went out there and he performed at about 40% of what he'd been able to perform at leading up to that. Physically, he just couldn't push up the weights anymore. Physically, he just, I shouldn't say that. Mentally, he just couldn't push up the weights anymore. And that caused him to physically fail. His body physically failed him at that point. He had given up. Mentally, it broke him. Not being able to connect to that dream after working his tail off mentally broke him. And so he hung up his cleats. Never played another day. Started sitting around, just watching TV and all of that, man. Eating different foods. Like, he just gave up. He had put in all this hard work, and he just literally gave up. Fast forward, though. He met his wife. And together, him and his wife had beautiful kids. And he lives in the metro area of Arizona. And he's working at a job that he loves. And he truly has an amazing life. He has an amazing, beautiful, beautiful wife, kids, and life. And no, it doesn't look anything like what he worked his tail off for an entire decade. It doesn't look anything like that. It looks completely different than what he thought, what we thought, what the papers thought, what the media thought. It looks completely different. But you know what? He finds more joy and purpose in who he is and what he does now than he ever did. Trying to play that sport. And so as I think about the draft, every year when the draft comes around, I think about my brother. And as I think about my brother, I think about the Steve Jobs quote that says, "It's crazy how you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future." My brother's dots all connected to bring him a life of greatness, of joy, of purpose. And though it was devastating in the moment, it was absolutely the best thing that ever happened in his life. Let's do some dancing this morning. Fair enough? Boom. There it is. There it is. There it is. Let's go. Let's go. For those of you that know and those of you that don't know, come on, Tony, with the keys. Come on, Tony. There it is. For those of you that know and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button. Because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you to hit that share button. If you're over on Clubhouse, hit the plus sign. If you're on Insta, you know what to do. All right? This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you, and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay, maybe you're watching on YouTube, maybe you're listening to the podcast, however it is, I would love to connect with you, all right? I would love to connect with you. As a matter of fact, I see Justine Ziner is here this morning. I also see Gail Becraft. What's up, Gail? How you doing, Terry Collins? Terry Collins is up in the house. What's up, Bettina O'Neill? Great to see you. How you doing, Linda LaBond? Don Sankey's up in the place. What's up, Melvin Rodriguez? Great to see you, sir. Mr. John Colston-Bourne. We got Robin Wilshans. We got Michelle Grady. Amanda Sanner is in the house. When I pop over here to my Instagram page, I see Fool Around the World is here this morning. I love saying that every day. I see Hoper, E, and Max. You on Instagram one day. We got Alloy Artists. We got Dana Smith Mathis. Great to see you over there on Instagram. She said, hey, Glenn. Hey, Dana. We've also got the Annette One that joined us over there. And then when I look over on Clubhouse, what do we got going on over there? Okay. All right. I see where most of y'all are at. We got a big old packed house over on Clubhouse. On the stage is my man Corey Darkest. Great to see him. We got Flansburgers up in here. What's up, Nathaniel Brecklex? Great to see you as well, sir. Man, you guys got a lot of things going on over here on Clubhouse. That's crazy. I see Forbes Riley has joined us over on Clubhouse. Appreciate that. Amelia Antonetti is already with us this morning. That's awesome. What's up, Nicole Carter? Great to see you as well. My man, John Pierre. Haven't seen him in a while. Great to see you, JP. I'm so glad that you're here. We've also got Dave Execute with us. Missy Appointment Center. Don't forget, that's weird. Liza Myers, Gorgeous Scott Simons, Cleopatra, Julius this morning, Mr. Will Ramsey, we got Nicky Everett, we got Gina Duffy, all kinds of folks together with us here on #RiseAndGrind. Hey folks, I want you to know, as you're hanging out with us here on #RiseAndGrind, the Rise and Grind planner is really like, this whole thing is kind of predicated around this morning routine, right? 5 simple steps to an extraordinary life. And as we built #RiseAndGrind originally, starting January 6th, 2018, all of our members of our group were like, we really need a planner. We need a planner that, we need a planner that's going to help us do the morning 5, all of those steps. And so I, with the help of my team, created the Rise and Grind planner. And it was a planning that has evolved over the last couple years. And between me and you and the fence post, like, it's an amazing planner. If you don't have one, I highly suggest that you go get one. I really, really do. You can go to riseandgrindplanner.com, riseandgrindplanner.com. Get one for you. It's just a great way to start your day. It has all the different things that you need to tap into mind, body, and spirit every single day. It has changed my life. Complete life changer, and it can really impact yours as well. So grab yourself #Rise and Grind Planner, and while you're going to do that, let's go ahead and segue into today's episode of #Rise and Grind. Let's make the absolute most of this absolutely incredible day. Hop on in here, please. Come join us. Hope you're picking up what I'm putting down. Are you ready? Are you there? Are you there? Are you engaged? I do know the answer of how we're going to change the way you start your day.
Oh my, what an incredible morning this is going to be. I can't wait.
Let's go. So I grew up in Flagstaff, Arizona. In Flagstaff, Arizona, that's where I watched my brother go through that season, right? That season of his life where he waited day after day after day for a phone call that never came. And in Flagstaff, Arizona, it was really interesting the way that I grew up. So I am, for those of you that can't see me, I am half black and I am half white. And even those who can see me maybe didn't exactly know that. My father is black, my mother is white. And what's crazy is they got divorced when I was like 11 years old. Somewhere right around there, right? They got divorced when I was 11 years old. My dad was rough, bro. He was a military guy. He was the youngest of 13. He had grown up kind of in the swamps, wiping cockroaches, sleeping on the floor, wiping cockroaches off his face. My mother, she came from military family. My grandfather was super high up in the military. She was born in Virginia, right? She was from Virginia. My dad was from Dade City, Florida. They hooked up in a season and a time where it wasn't so super cool for black people and white people to be together, right? That was kind of frowned upon, but they hooked up during that season right there in the right there in the mid 70s, in the midst of Vietnam War, those types of things going on, right? So they hook up, boom, black guy, white girl. They have my sister first, my older sister, and then they had me. And I'm sure that they are so thankful for that, right? My mom's watching right now. I'm sure she's watching. Aren't you glad, Mom? Aren't you so glad that you were gifted with me? No, I'm just kidding. So they traveled around, right? Traveled around in the Army and in the military, and we landed in Flagstaff, Arizona. And then my mom did the bravest thing ever, because my dad was just super, super hard, and he wasn't faithful, and he wasn't a good husband, and he was a really mean father, right? In that season of our life. And so my mom did the bravest thing ever, and she broke out of that relationship and started all over on her own. And we're talking about a woman who she hadn't had a job, she hadn't all of those things. She really was codependent with my dad. And so she broke off, right? She breaks off, starts doing her own thing. She's taking care of me and my sister. We're seeing our dad on the weekends. He's living in some crazy like studio apartment or something, right? And that's how our life kind of started, that divorced world. I don't know if any of you come from divorced parents, or maybe you are divorced yourself. So you kind of understand the dynamics, right, that comes with having kids between different people and so on and so forth, right? So you guys get that. But here's the really interesting part. The interesting part is, fast forward, my mom got an apartment at Greenlaw Garden Apartments in Flagstaff, Arizona on 2600 East 7th Avenue, apartment number 28. And she got that apartment through a friend named Linda Ohuminki. Linda Ohuminki was a Hawaiian family. They were a beautiful, beautiful Hawaiian family that had become friends of my mom's and my dad's over the years. And so Linda helped my mom get into apartment 28. We were all set up, 3-bedroom apartment. I have a room. My sister has a room. My mom's got her room, and we're starting over this new life, this new, this completely new deal, right? Fast forward, my dad contacts Linda, who is a family friend. Linda gets my dad an apartment, apartment 30, 2 doors down. And my dad, at this point, gets remarried to a black woman. My dad, who's black, remarries a black woman. My mom, who's white, remarried a white dude. And so here we are, my mom and her new husband in apartment 28, my dad and his new wife in apartment 30. 2 doors down. And my sister and I in the middle. And what was crazy is every stereotype that you could imagine, every stereotype that you could think of existed in these two different apartments, right? Dad's house was it was an African American cultured house. All right. We had gospel music. We had Motown. There was a TV in every room. We drank a lot of Kool-Aid. We ate a lot of fried chicken. They was making collard greens all the time, right? Like it was full on every stereotype you could think of existed over at Dad's house. And then Mom's house was the complete opposite. Country music, rock and roll. Mom sitting on the couch reading a book, right? They would hang out at the local little bowling alley that was right down the street, right? And have little poker parties with their friends. Like it was a completely different scene from apartment 30 to apartment 28. Two completely different things. And my sister and I bounced back and forth in between. On the weekends, my dad had custody every other weekend. And so we would literally pack our bags, put on our backpacks or carry a tote. And we would walk our stuff from apartment 28, 2 apartments over to apartment 30, where at Dad's house, they had 6 other kids besides me and my sister. So 8 of us in a 3-bedroom. So 2 doors over, we had our own rooms and our own beds. But when we were at Dad's, we were smashed in with 6 other kids into 2 bedrooms. Right? But Mom was like, y'all get out. This is my weekend from Friday at 5 until Sunday at 5. She was like, y'all got to go, right? It was crazy. It was crazy. And growing up in the middle was incredibly difficult. I had a really hard time understanding who I was, where I fit in. My skin was too dark to be considered white, but it was too light to be considered black. And I didn't really understand why I couldn't develop any deep relationships with anyone. All my relationships were surface level. I had become a chameleon. So whoever I hung out with, I would just try to identify and be like them. If it was Hispanic people, I was Hispanic. If it was Indian people, I was Indian. If it was black people, I was black. If it was white people, I was white. And going through that season, I just got into so much trouble because I really didn't know who I was. I didn't understand my identity, and it took me a long time. It took me a long time to figure that out. But now that I figured it out, and once I did figure it out, now that experience gives me the ability to see the world through the most unique set of eyes. I have perspective that allows me to see things from a black culture point of view. I can see things from a white culture point of view. I've experienced life and been homeless. I've been in and out of jail. I can see through the eyes of the homeless man. I can experience life through an inmate that's gone in and out of prison. Like all of these experiences that were really hard for me. From age 13 to age 28 that were really, really hard to me. Those 15 years have given me the ability to create this safe space right now here for you. To be able to create a space of inclusivity. To be able to create a space where we look at things from each other's perspectives, different religious beliefs, spiritual backgrounds, different, all of those things, right? You see, the gift that I was given through my unique pains and struggles is the gift that is literally able. I'm not like tooting my own horn. Please don't take this the wrong way. But I have been given the gift of uniting humanity. I've been given the gift to be able to unite humanity. And so I couldn't connect the dots looking forward. But I can connect the dots looking backwards. And as we are celebrating our 100th episode of Breakfast with Champions today, as we are celebrating 859 episodes of hashtag Rise and Grind today, as we are going to celebrate the NFL draft this weekend, and as we're going to celebrate the Kentucky, I said it again, as we're going to celebrate the Kentucky Derby this weekend, I want you to remember want you to remember my brother who worked his tail off every single day on a dream, only to have that dream not come to fruition. And ultimately, that failure became his greatest gift. And you see, I believe whatever it is that you're going through in your life today, whatever you're experiencing right now, I believe that the same is happening for you. You see, I believe that you are a child of God, the God of the universe, the God that made everything. And that God has plans for you. Plans for you to be able to lead and create other leaders. Plans to use your unique gifts and understanding of self to make a massive impact on generations that come beyond you. That's what I believe. So as you are being molded and shaped, right? As you are going through the fire, being forged in fire, please know and understand that I am cheering for you. I am excited about what you are capable of and what you can do. I believe in you. I truly do. And from the bottom of my heart, I absolutely stinking love you. So listen, friends, I just challenge you. Challenge you to continue to step into your greatness. Continue to become the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Not an average version, not a little bit above average, not a little bit below, but the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. And then do me a favor, come back here again tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m. and we'll do this all over again on #RiseAndGrind. Let's do it. Hey, listen, if you need more videos like this, you can go to GlennLundy.com, right? There's tons of them up there. If you need some more videos, need some motivation, some education, some inspiration, head over that way, all right? If you want to hang out a little bit more, come join me over on Clubhouse. We're going to be doing some giveaways today. We're going to be giving away some money today. I don't even know how we're doing it all, but we're going to be giving away some money. We are going to be doing some celebrity interviews, all that stuff. It's going to be absolutely stinking awesome, right? So come join me on Clubhouse if you've got Clubhouse. Those Android users, soon, they're saying maybe by the end of May, we'll be able to launch on Android. So I'm excited about that. All right, but go out there, have an incredible, have an incredible and impactful and amazing and a memorable day today. And we'll see you back here again tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. on #Rise. See ya.
Good morning. On my feet before the sunrise. Stepped into my greatness, feeling powerful and energized. Thankful to be alive. #blessed. Write my mission, vision, values, and my gratitude list. I'm building up momentum. I'm making good decisions. I rise, I grind, I get it. Ain't no doubt that I'm committed. Cause who really loses if I don't win? Can't cheat the grind, only get what you put in. So I'm mastering my mentals. I'm focused on my physical. I'm developing spiritually and manifesting miracles. I'm gonna get it started, have a party in the morning, and I'ma wake the world is so alarming. I #RiseAndGrind. #Rise